Bom dia. Welcome back.
Boscha, it is hot as Hades today. It's Friday, January 2nd, 2026, here in Salvador Bahia, Brazil, in the neighborhood of Porto de Barra. The beaches are packed. It's like a 4-day weekend. It is burning hot outside. That sun is intense. There's no rain in the forecast until today's Friday, until Thursday of next week. But I'm loving it. I love the energy out here, and I'm even loving this hot weather because we're right at the shoreline. There is a bit of a breeze. Wow, would you look at how many people on their beach. You can't even see the sand at this beach. It is jam-packed with blue and white umbrellas and people in the water. This used to be my beach, but not anymore. I live near this beach, so I walk by it, but I would never think about enjoying the beach on this strip of sand. Very popular, obviously, but there are better beaches. Brazilians love to be packed in at the beach. The more the merrier. Although, just going north here in the city, you can find beautiful, almost empty white sand beaches. But a lot of Brazilians like this. Maybe I walked in the wrong direction this morning. I should have walked in the direction of the big air conditioning shopping center, and gone inside and had a nice cup of coffee, read the newspaper. I think I just might do that. Look at this delicious, delicious lunch. Vegetarian that Tanya made. It's really healthy. Thank you, Tanya. Obrigado, Tanya. And look, it's a lot of different vegetables, some of which I not familiar with, but I'm looking forward to trying all this. And I'm eating the last of the Christmas desserts, what here in Brazil they call pudim, like pudding. And in Mexico, of course, they would call this flan. Just had a very nice vegetarian lunch made by Tanya. Thank you, Tanya. Obrigado. Well, today is Saturday, January 2nd, 2026. And I'm going to give an update on some dramatic events of the last 2 to 3 days. You know, my brother-in-law Eliamar and I have known each other for over 20 years now. We've been family and friends. We've been through a lot. But New Year's Eve, I'm afraid we had a massive, massive fight. Yep. Mostly caused by me. I exploded. I had a lot of pent-up frustration, and he was also in a bad mood. I mean, actually, I guess could technically say he started it because he said something in a very angry tone that really rubbed me the wrong way, and it triggered me. I exploded, and he said some things that were probably a little too harsh in hindsight. Dug up some things from the past that were a bit painful for him. Anyway, but something I think positive came out of it, and that is in the new year, here in 2026, changes are going to be made.
We're not going to continue living in the same apartment anymore. Um, you know, right around the time I found this apartment, his job transferred him to Salvador. It happened right about the same time. I invited him to stay here in my apartment, rent-free. And it worked out. August, September, October, November, and then in December it started going downhill. We were both under a lot of pressure. Financial pressure. Eliamar always has financial pressure. He has, 3 kids. One of them are teenagers, 2 of them are early adulthood, but they're, they still need a lot of support. He's got 2 grandchildren, so he's got financial pressure, and he's maintaining 2 homes now, one or 2 lives, I should say, here in Salvador, and also his life back in Santo Antonio de Jesus, where his family lives. So a lot of pressure, financial pressure, and I was under a lot, and am still, financial pressure because of the holidays, but mostly because of the move that I made here to Salvador in August. As I've said before, I had to completely fill this apartment. Every square inch, there was absolutely nothing in it. So I had to buy all the things you need in a kitchen, in a bedroom, in a living room, and I'm paying that off. And it's eating up virtually all of my money, and that'll still be the case just for 2 more months. I just have January and February left, and then I'll be free of that. But in December, for like 10 days, I was completely broke, penniless, or centavo-less. And Christmas time is not a good time to be totally broke. Of course, no one's going to let me starve. I was being fed, and I was, having a good time. But still, I hate being broke. I'm sure you do too. And now I've gotten paid, so I'm okay right now, paying off new bills. But I was under a lot of pressure. And also, I was under kind of psychological pressure because there were a lot of unspoken things about this living arrangement. And one is that, I'm used to living alone. I lived alone for a long time up in California. And I like living alone here. And suddenly I was sharing my apartment with Eliamar, which was okay, but, like all Brazilians, he has a lot of people in his life. And they were coming over and staying. And I found more and more resentment building up day after day. And he's not a good communicator, would never tell me how long they're going to stay. Even though I love the people, they're family. But, I like my privacy. I like my space. And so finally, the combination of the financial issues and the lack of communications, I exploded. And as a result, after lots of drama, it's decided that Eliamar's going to move out, get his own small apartment, and I'll have this apartment to myself. It's not going to happen until about March, because January and February are very difficult times to find an apartment in Salvador because of the upcoming carnival season. Rents double, triple, quadruple, housing stock gets low. So I'm fine with him staying here until March. I mean, after we both got all of that anger out of our systems, I feel much lighter now. And also knowing that we'll have this apartment to myself in a couple months. And I'm not going to have to move to Belo Horizonte or to Paraguay or to Cambodia. Crazy ideas that go through one's head when one is suddenly threatened with upheaval. Because the original thought was that I was the one who was going to have to move. He was going to kick me out of here, even though I paid the rent. He signed the lease, so he felt he had the power, and he also was angry at me because I exploded. But anyway, it all worked out, and he made the right decision. So, just wanted to update you on that. All is well now, and good times are coming soon. So, thanks for joining me at the beginning of this new year. And as always, beijo, ciao.